All right, hello, welcome back to Cat Whisker. It is Lauren again. As you can see, I'm back with the new microphone. I'm just filming on my phone right now. I did record the other parts of this video with my Canon R50, my nicer camera, but I'm just trying something new to kind of see how I can mix these two things together because I have like different forms of equipment. But welcome back. It's been many weeks since I last uploaded a video, but I'm back with a new one today. And I think from going forward, I'm just going to upload when I have time. I realize it's a lot of time it takes like the whole day to like film a video and then edit it and then put it out. So yeah, I'm just going to upload when I have time. And today I'm off work, so that's what I'm doing today. Today's video is a bit of a podcast form. Today, as you saw in the title, I'm talking about Twilight as wearing my Team Edward Twilight shirt. I'm talking about life updates as well as wishes for 2026 and 2026 resolutions. So let's get started. In the other portion of this video that I cut back into from, it is me drawing the third volume of the Twilight Cat series that I've been doing. The first one was kind of just about Edward, Bella, and Jacob, and kind of just those motifs originally from the first film. The second one is about the second film, New Moon, and Jacob's family, like his tribe, I guess. Wanted to make a sheet all about the Cullen family, which includes their pseudo parents, their adoptive parents, Esme and Carlisle, and the children, which are, of course, Edward, Alice and Jasper, Emmett and Rosalie, and we know it's all of them. Yeah. And so for the third sheet, I wanted to do all about Eclipse, which is my favorite book out of this saga, out of the series, and my favorite movie out of all 5 movies. So what I'm drawing is the 6 members plus not Edward. I've already drawn Edward in the first part of the cat series. So I'm drawing Carlisle and Esme, Emmett and Rosalie, and Jasper and Alice. And in this video, I of course want to talk about the process of me drawing this sticker sheet and why I'm doing it, as well as the series, but also talk about Twilight and why it is so important to me and why it is my Roman Empire. It is what I think about at least once every day. And I also want to know what your Roman Empire is. What is something that you think about at least once a day? My best friend Teresa, hers is the Hunger Games. And I just think that is so interesting. Like, I want to know if it's a piece of media, pop culture, like a book, like what it is, or even like a piece of history, something that you just feel so fondly toward and think about all the time. But anyway, let's get into it. I'll go ahead and talk about some life updates first, just because they have to do with video making and art making, and as well as kind of things that have been gone behind the scenes. And then I'll talk about some more Twilight and some 2026 wishes at the end. So to start off, my husband and I moved into a new apartment. We really love it. It really is helpful for the art making process and the video making process because we have a second bedroom. It is kind of like an office, but it's really quiet here. Really, really quiet at this apartment complex. So it's been really good. And with that, I have kind of my own space now. And for Christmas, I got a Cricut Joy Extra from my parents or from Santa, and I'm really excited to use it. So it's right now in the corner on my bookshelf, but eventually I want to get a separate table for it and a new printer. So I still need to get the printer. I know which one I want. I do have to save up for it. But I'm really excited to start actually making the things that I've been kind of creating, but I want to see the full finished product. So as I talked about in my first video, like my introduction, like why I'm making these videos and why I'm making these art pieces is because I want to make stickers, I want to make sticker sheets, I want to make little art prints, and I want to sell them online or go to an art market and have a booth there or sell them in artist alleys at anime conventions and stuff, just sell cute stuff. But of course, to do that, I need a printer and I need to practice making my own products. So before we get there, just time. So we'll talk about that more later with 2026 wishes. 2026 wishes. Back to life updates. My lovely abuelita, my Lita, gave me some wireless microphones. Right now, the plan was to use them on my Canon R50, but we're having technical issues with that. So I will save up to get a new microphone for that camera eventually. However, they're working great with my phone. So that's what I have it connected to. And when I'm filming kind of the other portion of the video, like just filming the art portion, that's when I use my Canon R50 and I just turn the sound off, turn the microphone off, and just let it run. So let's talk about more Twilight and why I am drawing this today. So with this series, I'm doing all the same format. So it is, I forgot the sizing of the sheet. I know it's larger than 6 inches by 4 inches, but I need to check it again. But again, back to when I was showing you all my art process, do about 300 dots per inch when you are making each of your pieces, just so they have good resolution. So however many inches this piece is, multiply that by 100 and you'll get your pixel size, your canvas size. But anyway, that's how I started. And then because I already knew exactly what I wanted to draw, I didn't really have to draft anything out or sketch anything out. And the pen that I use on Procreate kind of allows for the style that it doesn't have to be perfect. And that's what I want to put out. It doesn't have to be perfect. I am curious though if I can change the pen that I use and the way I color, as you'll see later. I use sort of like a gouache paint tool. But for now, I'm going to stick with what I have. I like what I'm using. If I wanted to use a different pen that is not in the Procreate app already, then I'll have to find one online. I'll either have to pay for it or download it for free based on what I find. But the reason why I bring it up is because my favorite artist right now online her name is Julianne. You can find her on YouTube at Julianne Doodles, and her company is called Peppercut Studios. And her lines are just so clean, even though she uses a pen called a dry brush on Procreate. And then when she colors, it's kind of like a wash of color. It just looks really, really clean and really beautiful. And all her stuff is so cute. So she's a really big inspiration for me and when I draw. So yeah, I want to figure out if I can find something better and kind of improve my process. Would be really, really helpful. But onwards, like I said, I'm drawing the Cullen family, as well as some pieces from Eclipse, the movie. In the top left corner, I believe I added the ring that Edward uses to propose to Bella, which it is famously gaudy. It is famously hideous, but it is a family ring in Edward's family, and he decided to use it for Bella's for their engagement, for Bella's proposal. And when I first saw it in the movie, which I'll talk about the movie's experiences later, I also thought it was gaudy and ugly. But as I'm drawing it and looking at reference pictures and people selling it online, or like recreations of it online, it looks good. It's probably from the 1920s or earlier, so it looks of the time, but I really like it. I really like it now. Some other things that I drew on here from the movie Eclipse are from kind of the ending of the movie. The tent is where Edward and Jacob finally team up to try to defend Bella from Victoria, who is hunting her down because she has a vengeance against her for Edward killing her man, and so she thinks that she can get Edward back by killing his girl, by killing Bella. And kind of a slay. Like, she kind of killed it with that. I love Victoria. I love her actress. She's beautiful, and she's like the epitome of what a vampire is. But she's just different. And obviously, Bella is like, she's like the one that Bella is like the chosen one. So, and Edward and Jacob love her, so they want to protect her with their lives. So, I drew the tent on there. Edward and Jacob are with Bella in the tent at night. I think the night before Victoria is about to show up, and it's like one of my favorite scenes where Jacob, I can't remember if Edward asked Jacob to take his shirt off or Jacob is the one that brought it up, but Edward ends up taking his Jacob ends up taking his shirt off to be skin to skin with Bella so that they can stay as warm as possible in the night because it is freezing. It's literally snowing, like blizzard vibes up in the mountains. And yeah, let's see, what else did I add? Added some snow and snowflakes near the end, which we'll see later. Or now, I actually don't know what's happening in the video because I'm recording this separately. As you can see, I'm not looking at anything. I'm looking in the room in the camera. But anyway, I think the last thing I include is just some plastic vampire teeth with blood on them. It just like kind of goes with the theme of Victoria. Like, she's blood hungry and she's ready to kill Bella. And I don't know how she's gonna kill her, but probably like rip her head off or something. Which, spoiler alert, that's how they kill Victoria at the end. Awesome. If you have not seen the movie, I highly recommend it. It's really fun. The entire Twilight saga is so fun. It's infamously bad, according to everyone. But I think it is really good, and I really want to buy the movies on Blu-ray or something so I can hold them and cherish them forever. Because I'm constantly like always waiting to watch them on streaming. When I shouldn't have to wait. Anyway, back to what we're drawing here. I've always thought like it's so interesting, the Cullen family, because none of them are blood related. They're found family. Carlisle found each one and every one of them sometime after they turned into vampires and took them in. And I think the most interesting stories and truly the only stories that are told are Jasper's and Rosalie's within the films. Both of them are extremely interesting, but Rosalie's the most is introduced in Eclipse in the film, and it is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking, but honestly, it's just heartbreaking. She gets her vengeance, and she feels like she avenges herself and what had happened to her, but honestly, it's just really sad. Basically, if I can describe it correctly, Rosalie was engaged. I might get this completely wrong, but I'll try to describe it. Rosalie was engaged to what she thought a good man. He was not. And she was assaulted and essayed by him and his friends one night. And from there, she turns into a vampire. I forgot how. But then after she turns, she dresses in her wedding gown that she was to be married in and kills their butts, kills all of them, including her fiance. And I think all the stories about how they became vampires is like very upsetting, even in other films and forms of media with vampires in them, especially Vampire Diaries. And also a favorite of mine. It's just like very, it's melancholic. It's like, it just feels really bad. It's always a bad reason that somebody's turned into a vampire. Anyway, back to it. That is why my love for the series and my love for the saga is why I make these sticker sheets. And I hope that there are people that like cats and like Twilight as much as I do that would want to use these in like their journals or on their water bottles or on their laptops or whatever, at the point that I can make them myself. And yeah, the last thing I want to talk about before 2026 resolutions and wishes is how I got into Twilight in the first place and how I grew up with it. So I got into Twilight because my Aunt Tara had a set of the books and she was getting rid of these books, and there was like different times in my life that she was getting rid of books and I got to read new stuff. But she was getting rid of them, and I can't remember if it was the entire series, or if I had to buy some later. But it was at least some of the books. So I went home, read them, loved them. I felt proud because these are like thick books, and it was of more mature content. I can't remember what age I was. I was at least 10 years old when I started reading them. And then from there, by the time I started reading them, the first movie had already come out. So when I got to see New Moon, I got to see it for the first time in theaters when it was coming out in theaters. And at that time, I had a best friend who also loved seeing the Twilight movies in theaters. So every time a new movie would come out, we would see them together, and it would be the best days like ever. Like, I'd be so excited. I'd get to experience it for the first time like everybody else did. I didn't have to wait until it was out on streaming like I have to do now. Go to theaters, buy a ticket, watch it with my friend, sometimes with my mom and my friend's mom, and we'd watch the movies. So I think for Twilight, I had to watch it on DVD or something like that. And then New Moon, Eclipse, Breaking Dawn 1, Breaking Dawn 2, I got to see in theaters for the first time. And those are some of my most cherished memories, because seeing those movies for the first time really just showed me how much I loved something. And the most exciting one was, of course, in Breaking Dawn 2, when there is a giant fight, which I won't talk about because it is kind of a spoiler if you ever do want to watch it. It's just really great, and the reaction of everybody in the theater is really great. And I really wish they would come back into theaters so that as like a marathon or something like that, so I could experience that again. But now I just kind of have to show friends and family my love for these films through streaming, or if I can save up to buy the Blu-rays, then I'll buy those. But yeah, that's how I really got into the films, and I never have gotten sick of them. I just when I can, when they are on streaming, I love to watch them in a marathon form, and it's just so fun. It's just so fun to talk about. And the memes are great about the movies. Where Have You Been, Loca? It's just amazing, and I love it. To end off, I'm going to talk about 2026 wishes and resolutions, and then say goodbye until next time. Let's go to it. So 2026 is a few days away. It is December 29th today, I believe. I do not have plans for New Year's Eve, but I am off work, which I'm very excited about. Thank God. And um, this year, my plan is to step one, buy a printer. Step two, learn how to use my new printer and new Cricut to make stickers and print prints. Step three, on this first or second week of January, I'm going to an art market with my friend Teresa. So my goal is to kind of network in a way, because I might be volunteering at the art market. We'll see. And to kind of ask people how they make their things, how they manufacture the things, how they sell their things. And at some point throughout this year, I'd like to get my foot in the door and hopefully get a booth at one of these art markets that I love so much. And that is next. And then hopefully by the end of the year, my biggest goal is to have my own online storefront and or a booth at an art market that I have like stock of all the things that I want to sell. And throughout all of that, throughout the entire year, I want to make more art, make more cute stuff, make more videos. And this is what I wish to do for 2026, and just kind of learn to be more proud and more brave in all of this. And I kind of have been already. This week I've told more people about my YouTube videos, and it was something that I was kind of trying to hide and kind of keep to myself. But if I want to start making more and like put my reach out there, then I should, do that. Anyway, 2026 resolutions, I've got nothing for right now. And I don't really follow them anyway, so I will not be doing that. But I hope you do. So to end off, I say goodbye until next time. However, in the comments, I would love to hear what your 2026 resolutions and or your 2026 wishes are, and what is your Roman Empire? What is something that you think about all the time? For me, it is Twilight. I love it so much. It's so fun and good. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching me draw this new piece of the series. It'll be on Instagram soon, and that'll be linked below. And goodbye. Thank you.